All right, new information in a bizarre case out of Missouri City where a woman crashed into several cars and reportedly killed a man. She was then shot by police. Jessica Borg talked to the victim's family and several neighbors who are wondering why and how this all happened. Jessica?
Len, that's right. Missouri City Police investigating the murder of this grandfather. Still no motive as to why his own neighbor allegedly killed him. Now, tonight I spoke with the victim's niece by phone. She tells me the family is heartsick and desperate for answers and scared they'll never get those answers since the suspect is also dead. Family members describe 65-year-old Carl Gomez as a sweet, kind grandfather of two. They say he was friendly and would have opened his door to his neighbor if she knocked. Investigators say last night that was a fatal mistake. Police tell us his neighbor, 39-year-old Jerecia Blackwell, went on a rampage here at the Quail Valley Apartments on the 1800 block of Murphy Road. They say it began with her ramming her car through the gate, hitting a driver and 3 parked cars. Shortly afterward, authorities say she went to Gomez's home and stabbed him to death. That's when they caught up with Blackwell, who they say was wielding both a gun and knife.
When I heard the police saying, drop the knife, drop the knife, drop the knife.
Police say Blackwell wouldn't cooperate, so an officer used a taser on her. When that didn't work, one of the officers opened fire.
I hear about 3-4 shots and pause, and then there are 4 more shots.
Blackwell died at the scene. Relatives of Carl Gomez, who rushed to the complex, say they have no idea why she would go after him and that the two barely knew each other. Now, the Texas Rangers are investigating this officer-involved shooting. That officer has been placed on administrative leave. Police say it'll take weeks to get those toxicology reports to see if the suspect was on drugs. We are live this evening in Missouri City. Jessica Borg, KHOU 11 News.
Thanks, Jess. Tonight, activists